He knows that. So he was feeling that they are sufficient and we are insufficient. Even though the number was higher here and he had Narayani Sena and all of that. But when your loyalty is not with your own, that's a huge problem in war.
He could feel it.
Yes. That's what. So that's one way of interpreting this, yes.
Anyway, both the interpretations given give us the two different facets of Duryodhana's mind. Perhaps in one way, he is feeling extremely confident because although his cause is poor and weak, Bhishma is the protector of his army and therefore success is sure. This is the pure material point of view, the sheer calculation in his head. At the same time, his conscience weighs heavily because of the crime that he had consciously done in the past, and therefore he feels that his army had nothing to fight for, which will inspire the personnel to their maximum efficiency. The Pandava forces, though less in number, have a righteous cause to fight for. When one army fights thus for a nobler cause, each one fights as inspired martyrs. This is the bare emotional point of view, the sterner intuition of his heart.
So even in the history we know that sometimes the army, कोई बहुत छोटी सी army होती है, they win the wars, right? America में भी हुआ है, there are so many incidences like that, or in World War also I've heard that some battles were won by smaller.
Right.
They were so charged up and inspired.
And this is what happened to Napoleon at the end. His forces just totally did not want to fight.
Exactly, so he couldn't do anything. He had to retreat. Yes. So we all know that. So that's what it is. This going in a lot of details, but it makes it easier to understand the big picture then. Okay, I think let's see. What's the time?
Just 20 minutes.
Okay, let's do one. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu
Ayaneshu cha sarveshu
yatha bhagam avastitaha
yatha bhagam avastitaha
bhishmameva bhirakshantu
bhishmameva bhirakshantu
bhavanta sarve eva hi
bhavanta sarve eva hi.
Ayaneshu is in the division of the army. Cha is and, sarveshu is in all. Yatha bhagam, according to division. Avastitaha, being stationed. Bhishma, eva is alone. Abhirakshantu, protect. Bhavantaha, you. Sarve, all. Eva, even. He is indeed. आशा जी आप पढ़ना चाहेंगे?
Therefore, do you all, stationed in your respective positions in the several divisions of the army, protect Bhishma alone?
Now he's giving the instruction. I'll just say the background so we'll understand. Telling everybody, protect Bhishma. So somebody made this comment. First he was like, Bhishma is going to protect us. And now he's telling them, protect Bhishma. So matlab,
but isn't it the works both ways? If they protect Bhishma, he will protect.
That's true, but
yeah,
it's irony, right? It's
isn't
like
irony,
Yeah, because Bhishma does not need any protection. उनको तो इच्छा मृत्यु का वरदान है.
सुनो, उसको ये भी मालूम था कि उन्होंने कहा था कि मैं किसी वुमन से फाइट नहीं करूँगा. ये बहुत ज़रूरी है पता होना कि पीछे बैकग्राउंड में क्या है. और there was महाभारत में इतनी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ें हुई है, because that's why when in the beginning I said व्यास जी made a declaration कि दुनिया में जो भी है ना वो महाभारत में है. कोई भी political situation ये वो सारा. So here is this woman who wants to become the cause of Bhishma's death, right? Amba.
Yes, Amba.
So now she's when she's born as a woman.
शिखंडी.
शिखंडी मतलब पहले उसका जन्म हुआ था लड़की की तरह. तभी तो वो so Bhishma ji thinks that she's a girl. So then the father said, how is this going to happen? I mean, how can she become the cause of, if she says, I want to become the cause? So don't worry, when the time comes, she'll become man. Sex change operation. And if you see in the Mahabharata that, there are some confused genders are born, maybe, who knows? But that has to happen there also.
Yeah,
So
of
she,
course.
in the beginning, she was a girl, and then she, at the time of, so everybody knows these stories. So they know कि अगर वो आ गया सामने शिखंडी, तो ये गए काम से. इसके लिए बोल रहा है protect करो. So even though इच्छा मृत्यु है, and then we have heard कि nobody can be mortal. कितना भी वरदान ले लो, कितना भी अमरत्व ले लो, कुछ भी कर लो, शरीर तो त्यागना ही पड़ेगा एक दिन. So from, so we have to remember those things. It's not as simple, okay, black and white. No, it's not. तो अभी उसकी हालत खराब हो रही है कि अगर भीष्म पितामह गए तो फिर इसकी तो पूरी सेना गई.
After thus expressing in a suppressed,
It's soliloquy. Means कोई अकेला बात करता है ना अपने आप से, उसको बोलते हैं.
Soliloquy, yeah.
his own estimate of the relative strength and merit of the two forces now arrayed, ready for a total war, the king in Duryodhana rises above his mental clouds of
Desperation.
Desperation, to shoot forth his imperial orders to his army officers. He advises them that each commander must keep to his position and fight in disciplined order, and all of them should spare no pains to see that the revered Bhishma is well protected. So again, he's talking about protecting.
Yeah,
Bhishma.
in this particular verse, he's just saying that तुम जहाँ भी हो, वहाँ से make sure that you protect Bhishma. That should be one of your priorities. That's what he's telling them. Yeah.
Perhaps Duryodhana suspects that the lusty force that he has mobilized in an ill-assorted heterogeneous army constituted of the various tribal chieftains and kings of distant lands, and that the strength of such an army could be assured only when they hold on to a united strategy in all their various activities. Synchronization of the various operations, of the different operations is the very backbone of an army's success. And in order to bring this about, as a true strategist, Duryodhana is instructing his various commanders working in various wings to work out the simple policy of protecting Bhishma. Again, he's talking about Bhishma.
This whole verse is about that. Yes.
So, again, this declaration clearly shows how far Duryodhana has realized the unquestionable importance of Bhishma for his army's efficiency. Bhishma was not only considered by Duryodhana as the very heart of his army because of the grandsire's prowess and wisdom, but because the Kaurva chief realized that the different kings and warriors who had joined his side had all done so because of their reverence for Bhishma, the most adored and respected warrior of those chivalrous days. Once Bhishma was out of the picture, the so-called allies might lose their heart and desert the Kaurva ranks. Hence, Duryodhana's anxiety for the safety of Bhishma, and therefore his special instructions that everyone should without deserting their posts, always guard Bhishma.
So everybody got the picture that they knew that if he is gone, then all the other allies will leave, because उसी की वजह से बहुत से लोग आए थे, and he was the most revered among all of them too. So his.
So does it also mean that Duryodhan did not believe in himself?
Yeah, that's.
It's, I think the main psychology in my mind, and others can make a comment on it, that they are showing that when you are doing wrong things in your life, that all khatka is always there in your mind. So he's like, then you'd start doing external things to अरे मैं ये कर लूँ वो कर लूँ, cover it up, और मैं ये करने से मुझे फिर, but कर्मों की गति, it will catch up with you.
Yeah.
Sooner or later you have to pay for it, but people who do wrong things, they are under some kind of delusion that I can get away with it.
And they keep on doing wrong after wrong
Yeah,
after wrong.
yeah. And the sad part is that sometimes in society, other people, because of their own hang-ups, bol do, kuch bhi bol do, they just start following them. The same thing happened. Bhishma Pitama is such a great personality, very righteous person and all that, but somehow it got sucked into that time. Ki bhai, sometimes I think that something like whatever happened in Germany, you wonder that किसी का कुछ conscious जागा नहीं क्या when all the things happened, with Jews, that how much they
But
killed and all.
actually, that's a very good example, because the whole German forces, they were behind one man, one evil man, and he was doing wrong, and many Germans knew he was doing wrong.
That's what. Then still they couldn't. They somehow got sucked into that whole thing, and कौन सी मजबूरी में we don't know. And तभी वो कृष्ण भगवान ने बोला ना कि धर्म की स्थापना करने के लिए मुझे आना पड़ा, because it's like the humans became incapable of doing those.
There's always few leaders born, and rest of the people follow, no matter what they are doing, right or wrong.
But that's true. But there are your own conscious. I mean, Bhishma Pitama knew that it was wrong. He still, and then people have some कुछ delusion में आ जाते हैं, वो my this thing. अरे पूरा घर जल रहा है तो तुम्हारा wow क्या करेगा फिर?
लेकिन उन्होंने क्योंकि वही प्रतिज्ञा ले रखी है कि
delusion हो जाता है ना कि मेरे ही मेरा धर्म है, धर्म का definition.
For till the end of my days, तो वो हस्तिनापुर को लेके बैठे हुए हैं. ये नहीं देख रहे हैं कि भाई हस्तिनापुर भी अब डिवाइड हो गया है, तो तुम किस साइड में मतलब क्या कर रहे हो? He did, because Hastinapur had already been divided, and then of course he took it back deceitfully and all of that. तो वो हस्तिनापुर नहीं है ना जिसके लिए वो
exactly.
But वही हो जाता है कभी-कभी.
It's a very good example. Like sometimes when people say, "Oh, I'm a Republican" or "I'm a Democrat," fine, you're great, you're a Republican. What tomorrow you have some really bad leader? Are you going to stay Republican then? So why don't you just look at the candidate in democracy? Why you have to do this party baji? I'm just saying.
I agree.
Because it's like you have learned from the history of Mahabharata that you do allegiance to one side, and that uska leader kharab ho gaya to.
No, but that's where the whirlpool thing comes in,
You get sucked. It drag you in.
That is just to see how normal it is for human beings.
Also,
to get
behavior
sucked
of a mob is very different from individual behavior.
But
when there's a group, you just follow the leader without thinking. Yes, you get carried away.
But that's exactly why Bhagavad Gita is coming. It's a mama dharma. What is my duty?
Yes.
There and duty.
Me as an individual.
Yes, mama dharma is so important because dharma is not in the air. It's not black and white. You gotta true to your soul. You have to be. And and they said that in Mahabharata war, right before the war actually began, Yudhishthir stood up and said that if anybody wants to change side, please do it right now. If you think that you're not fighting for a good cause and from your side, and they said one person actually walked from Kauravas to the that also again uska manobal toot gaya. दुर्योधन का मनोबल टूटा. So a lot of those things also happened.
दुर्योधन का भाई था?
One of the 100 brothers.
And then how he got killed then?
नहीं, he didn't care. He was on the.
I don't think it was a brother, but we can confirm it.
Huh,
because
it was one of
it was
his-
one of the soldiers.
One of the brothers, I believe it was, who had always been on the side of the Pandavas in the sense that he felt they were right, and who had opposed.
But I heard that that was Vikarna. Okay, Vikarna was the one who would always samjhao Duryodhan that don't do this, and when Cheer Haran bhi ho raha tha, उसने
अच्छा, तब
मना
भी
किया था.
द्रौपदी के
लेकिन जब वॉर का टाइम आया तो उसने बोला मैं अपने भाई का साथ नहीं
हाँ,
छोड़
तो विकट नहीं होगा तो कोई दूसरा
सकता. एक
होगा.
सोल्जर था कोई.
कोई, लेकिन मुझे कुछ ध्यान. But we can check.
We
We'll
can
be
definitely.
getting to it also.
Yes,
I'm
So
sure they'll.
I think that
explain.
I would encourage everybody to go home and do their research and come and share, because the Mahabharata war is too big and I don't want to get confused by saying wrong things. But that's what
But
it is.
yeah, and we will be covering
But
that part
you know,
anyway.
we want to look at the aspect of the Vedanta in it.
So, but the beauty of Bhagavad Gita is that it is not Vedanta just by itself. It connects to the everyday life.
Right,
and all
that's
that.
what it is, the art of living, and
Yes.
that's what we mainly. I mean, I'm not saying criticizing anything, but
I understand what you're saying.
all of that. Then let's make it about how it's gonna help us.
Yeah,
How
but
it's
see,
really-
these kind
if
of
we're
things are
gonna-
bringing out that even in today's world it is so important that, like you mentioned, that if you take the dharma in the wrong way, you can follow a wrong
Yeah.
line.
That's it. I mean, let's bring up those aspects which are important so we can progress further in our journey.
That's why they say that whenever you are in a dilemma what to do, you just listen to your inner voice. Don't worry about what your friends or what your circle is saying, or what, even if you are in a group, then don't worry about what other people say.
Or listen to the wise people, or your higher self, or some scripture. And in Bhagavad Gita itself, Krishna Bhagwan said that you
when-
should go back to the scripture because that's the final authority.
Yeah.
He did say that to Arjun.
Yeah.
Because their
And
doubts
Mahatma
will come.
Gandhi ji did that. We just read it
Yes,
a second back. You
So
know.
those are the important aspects.
And when we say listen to the wise people, your own buddhi doesn't work right at that time, because you think the wrong person is a wise person. Like in case of Germany example, like everybody thought he's a wise man, he's doing right.
I
and
don't think so.
followed
I
them.
think that I heard
what
that
happens
last.
is, I think, like Asha just said, it's the mob mentality. Mob mentality may you stop thinking for yourself, and because others are doing something, you do it. For example, जहाँ riots वगैरह होते हैं, तो कई उनमें लोग उठा के पत्थर फेंक रहे हैं, तो इसलिए बाकी भी फेंकने लगे. It's not that on their own they would have done it.
There's a fear aspect too, that if I don't do what the mob is doing, then I'll get killed. But Bhagavad Gita makes you fearless also. That hey, I still don't need to follow the mob if this is the wrong thing. So
But
there are so many
one-
aspects.
One thing I want to understand, if somebody is in the army and he knows he's on the wrong side, but he's still in the army of that side, now he has to do his duty.
Yeah.
He has to follow the commander.
So there are many people. Somebody like Bhishma Pitama, even though he fought from the bad side, moksha unko bhi mila because of what you are saying too. That could be somebody's individual dharma. That's true. That you're fighting for your country and
Or
you have
doing your
taken
duty, yeah.
Yes. So it's not that simple, the dharma.
Actually,
You know?
even Karan knew before the war that he is a Pandav.
Right.
But he had that friendship angle in the war. So he was not going to desert his friend.
Right.
So that was a kind of nobility, you can say, although he's fighting on the wrong
Exactly.
side.
So you can look at it that way, and it's not that simple. But in the end, we know that dharma ki vijay hogi, and anybody who takes a dharma ka saath, they will have to give up their life. So they did.
And the main thing is to understand what your dharma is.
Yes.
And then hold on to that.
Yes.
That should be your gauge to do anything.
Yeah, and that's where it brings you back, and it will give you many tips that many times we come across ye dharma hai mera ya ye dharma hai. Then it will tell you that जिसमें ज़्यादा लोगों का कल्याण होगा उसको तुम धर्म मानो. And I will encourage all of you to watch that second Mahabharata. I don't know what जो स्टार प्लस वाला है, उसमें बहुत एनालिसिस किया है उन्होंने, ये सब के ऊपर, and it is very well done.
Yeah.
So it kind of tells you कि like even for Karna, they said कि वो Karna was because उसका इतना insult हुआ, ये हुआ, वो हुआ, तो फिर कृष्ण भगवान ने उसको एक जगह एनालिसिस में बोला कि अगर तेरा इंसल्ट हुआ था तो तू पूरे समाज का एक ले लेता कॉज, कि भाई सारे जितने भी डाउन ट्रॉडन लोग हैं उनको तू उठाता, तो अपना वो लेके क्यों बैठ गया कि भाई मेरा बदला लेना है मुझे, ये वो सेल्फिश. तो किसी का कल्याण
There
नहीं
is a
हुआ.
better
better
way of
way of doing it. And there was another very, very good thing that I thought it was so great. When Draupadi was really feeling so bad and she was crying and she was feeling depressed, she wanted to literally give up her life. So Krishna Bhagavan says that don't look at your individual pain. Look at the pain of all the women. That now they have done this to you. You are a queen. What are they going to do with the ordinary woman? So don't sit there and feel sorry for yourself. Think like a queen. Then she got up. So that was such an important thing.
Very important.
In dharma, you can't just, oh, I'm so depressed. So what about the whole world? Why don't you think like that? Then even your own cause, you can make it something better. So those kind of things, I would say. Okay. You can go to... It seems like it's crawling right now.